Hey everybody, this is Troy over at Uncomfortable Truths. Thanks for checking me out. So today we're talking a little bit about TYT founder and host Cenk Uygur, who is still pretending to be running for president. And recently he had a debate. Well, he actually had a series of debates with Destiny over their disagreements when it comes to Israel and their war against Hamas. And during this, Cenk is now saying that the reason he is running is to bring attention to what's going on in Israel and to make sure that we don't continue to support them. Now, we're going to watch a little bit of this, but before we get into it, I just want to point out initially when Cenk began his, I guess, run for office, Cenk was saying that the reason he was running was because Donald Trump was a threat to our democracy and that he must be stopped. And he doesn't think that Biden is going to be able to beat Donald Trump in an election. And Cenk said that he was running to win. Well, when it became very clear that he wasn't going to be able to unseat Biden for a couple of reasons. The first is that much of the general public does not agree with Cenk Uygur. The second reason is that Cenk is not eligible for the presidency, so it doesn't really matter even if he was to gain traction. It's extremely unlikely that the Supreme Court is going to say, yeah, actually, Cenk is eligible for the office of president. And so he then said that his reason for running for president was that he was trying to make it clear that naturalized citizens should have the exact same right as natural born citizens. Now, that's actually a fine position to take, and I would argue that with the one exception of the presidency, naturalized citizens, of course, have the same rights as all other Americans. There is literally only one office in the land that they are barred from. So, anyway, that was what he was saying, that he was doing this for all of the naturalized citizens in America. Well, in this last debate, he has said that he is now running because he wants to make sure that we're no longer giving aid to Israel. All right, well, that might be a fine position for you to take, but is anybody still supporting Cenk Uygur and not kind of questioning, like, hey, man, you keep changing your explanation for why you're running every 5 minutes? It's just a grift, guys. Like, I hate to break it to you, and I know that some people in my audience still watch TYT, and that's fine. Actually, Anna has been coming out with some decent takes on immigration lately, which we've been covering. But when it comes to Cenk, the guy is just 100% full of shit. That's all he is doing, is trying to get another paycheck from people that keep believing in what he's actually, trying to peddle to him. He's just a snake oil salesman, and really you're not going to get anything from him because he's dishonest. So let's go ahead and actually see what Cenk has to say about the reason why he's running for president now.
Look, right at this point, I basically turned my whole campaign into a fight for peace and justice. No more a war, no more occupation, no more money to Israel. As long as they continue to do that, they are not our ally. They have gotten us into tons of conflicts on their behalf because they wanted more land. This is the worst ally in the world. They never listen to us. And if they don't end the war and the occupation, we should send them absolutely no money. And look, I'm in this crazy long shot thing to at least send a message to Washington. Enough.
All right, guys, there you have it. Cenk's latest reason for why he's running for president. So if you're still believing that this guy has any sort of principled stance or he's going to stick with something, you're out of your minds. It's the same thing even when it comes to TYT. It starts off with Wolfpack. We're going to get money out of politics, and that's my number one issue. And rah, rah, rah. We're strong together, or whatever the stupid slogan is that he likes to push out. Okay, well, that doesn't really pan out. And then he says, oh, I'm going to get into Congress and we're going to change things. Well, yet again, not going anywhere. And if he can't get Californians to vote for him, then I think he's going to have a little bit of a rough time getting the rest of America to get sold on the TYT agenda. Well, then he's going to make sure that Biden isn't the candidate in 2024 because Biden has a good chance of losing against Trump. Okay, well, that might be true, but the issue that Cenk has is that he's not eligible for the presidency, but he decides to go ahead and run anyway. And the reason for doing that is he's going to save the country from big bad Donald Trump. When he doesn't get any traction, then he changes his whole stance. And the reason he's running is because he's a savior of the naturalized citizens that are so mistreated in the United States. Despite the fact that he is a multimillionaire running a fantastic media organization, fantastically successful media organization, and apparently somehow naturalized citizens are still mistreated in the country. Okay, well, fair enough, whatever. Well, now that that's not getting enough attention for him and he's having a hard time getting any money into his pocket from that, now he's saying that the reason why he's running for president is to stop our aid going to one of our top allies, and he doesn't want us to support Israel, and that's why he's running for president. Well, all right, guys, you can like any of the stances that he's taking, but if you really believe that this guy has a principled take on anything or that he's trying to do anything other than make money for himself, you're just out of your minds. This guy is literally just grifting, trying to make a buck, and I guess more power to him, but you should all know not to be supporting this guy. Don't give this person your hard-earned money. If you want to do something political, then go do it. But don't give money to people that are blatantly just trying to make a buck. He has no interest in actually improving the situation whatsoever. He's not out there fighting against the system. He is taking money from billionaires to expand his MSNBC light media empire. So that's what we've got for now, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, supporting the show. It means a lot. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. It helps out a ton, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.